Right, Vince Russo's list of marks. So apparently he's got he posted on Twitter a few days ago, "You are a mark if." And I'm going to go through every single line with you, and you react to every
How
accusation.
many how many lines does he have?
Quite a few.
Can you just give me the top 10?
Oh no, some of them are funny. The first one is, "You have convinced yourself that professional wrestling is real," which would be the definition of a mark, surely.
Yeah, that would be.
Okay. "Professional wrestling is the most important thing in your entire life."
Yeah, that's true too. Some people do that.
"You own a lot of stained black shirts."
Stained black shirts.
Yes, I think it's an accusation of wrestling fans being sweaty.
Yeah, you'd probably be. And what is this trying to determine?
Uh, I think it's a checklist to see if the person reading is indeed a mark.
Oh,
You don't just want to go to a wrestling show, but you want to be part of it. What does that mean to you? Like doing the chants and that?
I think that means what's it supposed to determine your mark?
Yeah.
Well, I guess maybe there's the potential for that being open is cleared. Yes.
You sing along with wrestlers' theme songs at the top of your lungs. What's wrong with that?
Not now. I think the music in WWE today sucks.
Oh, yeah.
It really sucks.
Dave Meltzer is your god.
Not no. What is it?
Hell no.
But hell effing no. Damn.
Work rate in fake wrestling matches is important to you.
No. Then I'm not a fan, right?
How do you mean?
No, you know what's most important to me in a wrestling match?
Story advancement?
Story.
Yeah.
And execution of the story.
You hate any form of entertainment in your wrestling.
No, I don't. No, I love that.
Well, I was going to say...
Wait a minute. How could you be in pro wrestling? How could you hate any form of entertainment in the wrestling? I don't get that.
Well, the thing is, like, you see all these, like, indie darlings and stuff like that, and so many of them, like, break out into a dancing contest halfway through the match.
Mm-hmm.
Or do other things. You know, like, have you seen the Michael Jackson impersonator? The Michael Jackson impersonator versus the Prince impersonator?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't see that one.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
But it is good entertainment. I think in the wrestling fans, you separate what is kind of, real and not real. And who cares?
I've got an example for you. Do you remember a few weeks ago I told you that some AEW fans don't like Toni Storm because she's too much of a character?
Yeah.
I think.
What did I say?
You said that was stupid.
Stupid. Yeah, it is stupid. Hey, if you don't like Toni Storm, you can just take your ass right up to the front door. Don't expect a refund and just leave.
But there are some wrestling fans.
Hey, I'm a huge Toni Storm fan. Toni Storm fan. I love the character.
Yeah. I like Stony Torm better myself, but that's because I don't like entertainment. The next one is, you orgasm over Japanese wrestling. He spelled orgasm with an I.
You orgasm with an I?
Yeah, no, he spelled orgasm, but he put S-I-M, so it's orgasm.
Oh, orgasm.
So you orgasm.
I think that's the way the eyes run.
Yes.
No, I don't.
Do you think Mark's
No,
orgasm
I tell you, I don't orgasm, but I really like creative finishes. That's not too long, not too short. And I think sometimes if you let the announcer in on it so he can bring it up and put it in the people's minds right then, not right as it happens, but say 30 seconds after it happened, if you can do something like that, well, I think that means that you're watching your product and trying to, If you don't get it over visually, you'll get it over by audio.
According to Vince Russo, you are a mark if you are opposed to seeing attractive women in wrestling.
I think, isn't that the reason a lot of guys go to wrestling?
It doesn't hurt.
I say 90% of them go. And I think almost 95% of the women go because they get to look, they won't admit it. I think 95% of the women go because they see the men half naked.
You are a mark if you walk around the arena with a championship belt over your shoulder.
Yeah, that's getting close to Marksville. That is.
You're a mark if you rent space free of charge in your mum's basement.
You're a mark if you do what?
If you live in your mother's basement.
Well, that's a lot of other issues there too.
I think Russo's describing like the 8.
I think he's describing himself.
I
didn't say that. I didn't say that.
I think he's describing the prototypical most annoying wrestling fan ever. I think that's basically what he's trying to describe. Mm-hmm. There's a few more. You're a mark if
all he's got to do is all he's got to do is rename this the most annoying wrestling fan ever, and he'd have it. Yeah.
You are a mark if you are part of a tribe that loves one wrestling brand and hates the other wrestling brand. Which I
have to agree with that. I have to agree with that.
Yeah, that is incredibly annoying.
They're just obnoxious with it. Oh, WWE, it kills AEW. Or AEW, they just kill the WWE. But I will say WWE has really got them outflanked on all cylinders right there.
Next one. You are a mark if you hate Vince Russo.
And like Dutch Mantell.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't have that qualifier.
No, I'm gonna make it like that. If you hate Vince, no. If you like Vince and you hate Dutch, yeah, I think you should be. Does that make you a mark? I think so.
You are a mark if you're offended if anyone refers to you as a mark.
I've never really put that much stock in it because I like, if they can fool me with something, I would give them credit. Mm-hmm. And but see, when they fool you because you're a mark and you enjoyed it, well, they read you and they read you right. And I like to be read right. I like the fans to be, if you can look at something and it's not just written out. I talked about this 10 minutes ago. It's not written out, but all of a sudden now it comes to light. Yep. They know what they're doing.
There's 3 more here. You are a mark if
you said 2 more. You said there was 2 more here 10 minutes ago.
I might have said a couple more 10 minutes ago.
I think you said 2.
Well, okay, we've got 3. You are a mark if you honestly believe Triple H or Tony Khan are true Bookers of the Year. So what does that mean? Booker of the Year or?
Well, that's, first of all, if you pick anybody to be on any title of the year, that's subjective anyway, and it's your opinion, so I can't say you're wrong. But I may disagree with you, but so be it.
You cried when Cody Rhodes finished his story and beat Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. I don't know why WrestleMania's in quotation marks. So apparently you're a mark if you cried when Cody won.
WrestleMania is not the get-all, be-all that they make it out to be. And did I cry? No, I did not cry.
Yeah, WrestleMania.
Because I'm of the school of the angle never ends. They can always go back to that angle. Triple H can always go back to that angle and almost make it like day 0. It's like, Jesus comes out of the tomb on Christmas this day and everything is based on that. So we can always go back to day zero on that.
I think it might have been Easter.
Regular fans may not understand it, but everybody on that creative team would understand it.
And the very last one, you remark, if you make every excuse in the book when your brand's rate, I believe brand is in your favorite promotions, television rating, I suspect, is down for the week.
But he's talking about marks inside the business, right?
Well, apparently so, yeah.
No, he can take just regular fans. Yeah, but I have heard that McDonald's was open late and kept the people from watching the show. That is a valid excuse. So,
Jim Cornette responded to this tweet, quotes, by saying, in unsurprising news, Vince Russo can't spell orgasm.
Hey, that is pretty good.
That was funny. Okay, what do you think of this list then? I'm not quite sure what Vince is really getting at here, because it seems to be...
I think he was bored as hell one day and just sat down and said, well, I'll try to write this and just see what kind of reaction it gets. And I think that's why he did it. Because actually, you reading me this, he read them out the other day when we was in a meeting.
Really?
Not in a meeting, but we was on the telephone for something. He does a Sportskeeda thing with me.
Man.
That's what it was. And, he said, what do you think of this and this and this and this? So